Hi, and welcome to another video by Jim the Car Guy. Today we have an older Cherokee, as you can see behind me here. But the problem we have today is that the owner was in the vehicle, stepped on the brake, pedal went right to the floor. They got out, they looked underneath the vehicle, and it was leaking something on the right front. After I get it up on the lift here and take a look at it, I see the line blew out on the right side, not the rubber hose, but the actual line that brings the brake fluid from up on the underneath the hood down to the right front wheel. The vehicle is actually extremely rusty underneath the bottom over here, so we're going to see how it goes. But basically what we're going to do is we're going to remove that broken section of line that's in there, and we're going to replace the line from the right front wheel up around under the hood over to the probably the master cylinder or maybe the ABS unit. I didn't look to see yet. If possible, we're going to try to cut the line, and we're going to flare it and put a connection on it, not a compression union, but we're going to actually put on a line union itself. Let me show you the difference between a compression union and a line union. Okay, well, I can't show you what a line union looks like. Basically what it is it's just a coupling that joins two brake lines together without flaring them or anything else. A compression union, on the other hand, which is this piece right here, this is something you never want to use on a brake line. It's easy to use, very simple, but never, ever, ever, in case you don't understand that, ever use a compression union. If you put a compression union on the line, it'll go on, screw down. And so the problem with a compression union is you'll put it onto the line. When you put it on the line, this will screw onto the top of the line like that. When you tighten this down, that little piece of brass that you saw inside there is going to actually crush down the inside diameter of the brake line. And by crushing down the inside diameter, you'll apply the brakes and you'll have a restricted brake fluid flow to the wheel that you put that union on. So never use that union, or compression union, I should say. The other union you're going to use is going to be a line union that you join two brake lines together, and they're flared and they go together. They never cause a problem with the restriction of brake fluid. What we're going to do, okay, so basically what we're going to do is we're going to use a kit. Now, I'm not pushing this kit over any other kit. There's lots of flaring kits out there. But basically what we're going to do is we're going to use a kit sort of like this here, and we're going to do this flaring up here that flares the outside portion of the line and thereby does not reduce the inside diameter of the brake line itself. So this is the kit we're going to use. Let me bring you up there. I'm going to show you what it looks like and why we have to replace that line. So come on, let's take a walk. Okay. All right, this is what the brake line itself looks like. You can see that it's in pretty poor condition. Let's get some more light in here so you can see better. You can see it's in pretty poor condition inside there. This is the line that's rotted away. So we're going to try to take that fitting out right there. It's probably going to be a 11, 12 millimeters, something like that. We're going to try to take that out of this rubber line right here, because right there is where the line blew out. You can see that one section right there, right there. All right. Now, before you do anything as far as making the line, you want to come over and you want to make sure your bleeder valves open up on your caliper right here. Because if these bleeder valves here, this one and the one on the other side, if they don't open, then you have to replace the caliper as well. Well, you need to get that bleeder valve open. If you don't open it, you can't get the air out of it, you're not going to get your brake pedal back up. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go underneath the hood, and as you can see, this section of line here is extremely rusty. We're going to go under the hood and see if we have a section of line that's nice and clean. If it's clean, we're going to be able to actually get in there and flare it and put the new line on. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to come underneath here and we're going to take this off right here. So let me get my my tools and let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this out to make sure that that totally comes out. We're going to open up this clip here, which, as you can see, we're probably not going to be able to save it because it's pretty, oh no, there it goes, it opens. take that off like that. Now these here are pretty stripped out, so we're going to try, most likely it's an 11 millimeter, but it doesn't look like that's going to fit. Now whenever you do these, you always want to use a line wrench. Always a line wrench, because actually it'll help get that out. In this case it may not, but we'll see how it goes. Probably not, because this is practically totally round. Unplug that air line. All right, most of the time you never want to use vice grips, but you need to get that out of there. So we're going to get on here with a pair of vice grips and we'll try to break it loose. Wow, I can't believe it actually came out. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to take this totally out. This, as you can see, it broke. But we need to get this out so I can see if it's... There's two different kind of lines. One line is a concave and the other is a convex. So we're going to be careful we don't get any rust inside this hole here, because we don't want to get rust in where the new line is going to screw into, so we're going to clean that off. All right, we'll take this out. Okay, so this is what they call concave, and you can see how this piece here is actually tapered inward. The other one is convex, which is actually out, or better known as the bubble on the end of it. So we need to have this one here. It's actually 3/16 and it's concave. So that's the line we're going to order. And this we're just going to cut off right now, and we're going to go up to the top. Actually, I'm going to have to cut it because, as you can see, it's in pretty bad shape. So let's take it off right here. Like that. And now we'll lower it down and we're going to continue up top. Okay, so this is what we're going to do here. This, as you can see, is the brake line down here. You can see where it comes in right through the side of the body right here. We're going to take this line here out and we're going to reposition. We're going to take this line here, pull it out. And as you can see, that part of the line is in actually pretty good condition down there. So we're going to come in here, we're going to take this line out, we're going to cut it down here, and we're going to flare it, and we're going to put the new union in here, because as you can see, it runs in the back over there, and this fellow wants to do it as least expensive as possible, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to come down here, pull this line out, we're going to cut it, and we're going to flare it. So, all right, let me get set up over here, and we're going to continue. What we're going to do now is we're going to take that line out, so we're going to pull the line out of the connectors. Now the key here is that you need to cut it in a clean section, someplace where it's not rusted. We have the line cutter on here, like this, and now this section of line right here is nice and clean, and we need a long section of line like this so that we can actually flare it. So, all right, we're going to take this is a little difficult to turn, so we're going to just turn a little bit at a time. We're going to pull it out, we're going to rotate it, just like that. And we're going to keep on doing that until we cut through the line totally. And then once we have that line cut, we can just take this tool back off, and we can take this out. As you can see, this line is dead, but that section up there is still fairly clean. So we're going to flare the other part of the line over here, and then we'll put it back together. So let me grab the flaring tool and we'll continue. Okay, now before we flare that line, we need to take a fitting like this and put this fitting on there, because we're going to make that flare. right there. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut off the end right here because we need that fitting right there. Now this line doesn't really matter because I'm going to be throwing it away. It's just I need these fittings. Okay, so now that we have these fittings right here, we'll put them down here, and this line is now trash. But I just want to point this out to you. You see this fitting here? This piece here is going to be going on the line, on that line over there. It's going to slide on just like that, and then we're going to flare this to look just like this. So I know it's going to be tough for you to see what I'm doing there, but that's what I'm going to be doing. So now we're going to take this and we're going to slide it on the line, all the way up the line just like that. And now we're going to use our deburring tool. And what we're going to do is right inside here, we need to take this and clean this out just like that to get any little burrs off of that right there. So that's what we're going to do right now. All right. Next thing we'll do is we're going to take our tool like this. We're going to take this. Now obviously this is the line that we're going to throw away. We're going to take this line. We're going to put it in here just like this. We're going to take this tool here, which is our tool for making the double flare. Let me just show you this real quick. We're going to put it through so that the line sticks through like that. We're going to just snug that down just a little bit. And now what we're going to do is you're going to take this piece here and we're going to take that, sorry about that noise. You see how this piece, that line is as tall, that line is as tall as this little piece right here. So now we're just going to take this and we're going to tighten this down. Now we're not doing it on here, we're going to do it on that line right there. Well, this is what I'm going to do, just like this, snug it down just like this. And it'll be on there, like I said. We're going to put this piece in there like that. We're going to put it on just like this. See? And now we're going to take this and we're going to tighten this down. We're going to tighten it down until this piece right here is flush with this deck right there, just like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take this back off, just like this. We're going to take this piece here out, and then we're going to and then we turn this down, all the way down until it's flat, flush, right up against the top like that. And then we're going to take this piece back off. Like this. And then we're going to open this up, and this one, take it out. And that is what it's supposed to look like, just like this. So this one, this flare is what I'm going to do on that line right there, so just so you know what I'm doing. All right, so this is trash, but I just want to show you what I'll be doing on this line right here. So, all right, let me do that real quick. This is the flare itself, and as you can see, it looks just like the flare that we previously cut off. So now we can put the new line in through here. So let's go down the bottom. We'll run that new line in, and then we'll continue with that. What we're going to do is we need this one here to have a bend in it. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a gradual bend in it like this. Now they sell a kit that you could put on here to make the bends in it, but as you can see, it's fairly easy. One thing you never want to do is you never want to kink the line. If that line kinks right there, throw it away and put a new one on. All right, so now we have this line here made to this. So this will go in here just like this. This one, we're going to bring this over just a little bit so that we can bring it up over here and back through there. So we're just going to bend this just a little bit, just like this. Now these lines bend fairly easy, but this will bring it over, and then we're going to bring it up. Okay, so now we have that bent. Now we need to get this in through here, like that, and then we need to get the bend in here to bring it down over to there. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to put a little cap on this here so we don't get any dirt or grease inside there. And we're going to come in this right here. And I'm just going to go up top and bend that a little bit. And then we'll bend it here. Just like this. And then we'll put this right back in there like that. Now we're just going to catch this in here loosely by hand first. Now you want to catch it by hand so you don't strip it. And after you got it caught by hand, you just snug it down. We're not going to tighten it. Alright, so that's pretty close to where it has to be. And now we're going to bend this line in, like that, so that we can put this back over it, like this. We're not going to do that yet. Now we're going to go up top, and we're going to bend the line up top, and then we're going to take this back off, and we're going to flare this on the bench. So let's go back up top, and we'll continue up there. Okay, so we just cut this line. And now that we have it cut off, we're going to flare this. But remember, before you flare it, you have to put that fitting back on there like that, because now we're going to flare it like this on this end. All right, I'm not going to show you again because I already did it twice, but let me flare this. And once it's flared, then we'll come right back. Okay, now that the line has actually been flared the way it's supposed to be, this is the type of fitting you want to use. You see how it's tapered inside? They actually fit together. So this one goes over the top just like this, and this one goes back inside the vehicle. So we're going to snake this back through the vehicle, and we're going to bring this up underneath the top right here, and we'll reconnect it. Now we're going to tighten this up. We're going to use a line wrench and a wrench like this to hold it. Okay, now we'll go back down the bottom. We'll reconnect it down the bottom, and then we're going to lead the whole system out. Now we tighten it down pretty tight, and now we can bend the line in as needed, just like that. And then we'll reattach this clip That holds our ABS line out of the way. And now we have to bleed the system out. So let's bleed it, and we'll get to wrap this job up and get it done. So we're going to put some brake fluid in, and then we'll come right back. Step down.
Down.
Okay, now we're going to go to the other side, and we're going to repeat this process on the other side, and then we'll come right back over here. You have any pedal there at all, Ed?
Yeah, it's coming up.
Okay, so now we have the air bled out of the other side. Now we're going to come and do the same thing on this side here. Let's see if we can use a wrench.
Down.
All right, pump it up. Okay, step down.
Okay.
Let me know when you're on the floor.
Down.
Feels pretty decent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let it up.
Yeah, let it up. Okay, we're done, Ed. Okay, so now that we have all the air out of the system, we're going to put the wheels back on. We're going to clean that all off, of course, with brake fluid. Once we clean that off, we're going to make sure we have no leaks in the line union that we just put up underneath the hood, but I'm confident it's going to be okay. And then we're going to put the wheels on, take it for a ride, and it's out the door and on to the next one. All right, as always, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.